When we consider street photography, we often associate it with the use of wide-angle lenses. They can capture a moment up close, incorporate several elements happening at a single time, and effectively make you almost invisible on the street. Wide-angle lenses are great. They serve both a challenge and a solution to a particular vision. But if you've been doing street photography for some time, you would know it doesn't just start and end there. This genre is far more interesting and diverse than just a single look. I think that's the beauty of a genre like street photography. The door is open for so many different approaches and philosophies. And while that might create some differences in opinion, which I think is only natural, I still think it's one of the best parts of this genre because you can really be any kind of photographer you want to be. And how can that be a bad thing? I can speak from personal experience as someone who has gone from wider lenses to longer lenses. For quite a long time, I actually shot with a 35mm lens. I even dabbled in 28mm as well. But it was actually during the pandemic that I had a dramatic shift in my approach. I felt like I couldn't get so close to my subjects anymore, literally because of the situation, but also empathetically. I felt like my view of street photography changed. I looked at things a lot more abstractly than I used to, and I became a lot more interested in patterns, color, light, more so than people and moments happening on the street. Using telephoto lenses ultimately became a really big part of that. I can say that using a telephoto in street photography is not going to be everyone's cup of tea, but I think it's really important for all photographers, new and experienced, to at least have some experience using a telephoto. So in this video, I'll be sharing a few tips of my own approach in street photography with a telephoto lens, and I hope this video serves as some guidance, maybe even some inspiration and motivation to go out there yourself and use a telephoto. I think first and foremost, it's important to mention that your approach to street photography is going to have a dramatic shift, especially if you're coming from a wide-angle lens. I'm highlighting this up front because comparing wide-angle lenses to telephoto lenses, it's like comparing apples to oranges. They're totally different from each other. And these are two different tools that serve completely different purposes to achieve completely different aesthetics. So I'm in Chinatown, Manhattan right now, and shooting with the S5 Mark II and the 85mm prime lens. Come to think of it, I don't think I've actually shot with the 85mm focal length on this channel yet, so this will be something new. Chinatown is such a great place to shoot for this style of photography because you have so much color, so many shapes to work with here. And some people might say it's the easy way out, but I don't agree with that. I think it's just setting yourself up for success, and there's nothing wrong with that. When beginning to use a new focal length like a telephoto lens, actually starting off by capturing the details of your surroundings is a really good way to adjust to the new field of view. This is actually a typical process that I follow every time I start off a day of shooting. It helps me, sort of warm up my eyes, as strange as that sounds, but it's a really good practice to adopt, especially when you're trying out a new focal length. And in my opinion, this is the first step to actually mastering the use of a telephoto lens. By understanding how to incorporate and interact with your environment as a photographer on the street, you're going to then be able to move on and incorporate including human subjects into your compositions. If you've been following me for some time now, you've probably noticed I love to photograph texture, specifically torn advertisements. And I think it's very reflective of the shift to telephoto lenses and just really focusing on details of my environment. It's a really fun exercise I do anytime I see these torn adverts in the wild. It's just fun to practice composing with them and seeing what kind of interesting compositions I can create out of them. So start off by experimenting with your environment, and eventually you can take this further and incorporate all sorts of subject matter. But for now, I recommend this is where you start. Now this is where the fun really begins, because now you're going to realize that having this tight field of view isn't so limiting after all. It actually opens the door for you to have even more creative control than you previously had. Here are some examples of my own work using a telephoto lens. You might notice something similar in all of them. Each one of these uses the blocking technique. I made a video about this entire subject in a past video about a year ago, but it makes sense to bring this up again today because it's such a key aspect to how I personally approach street photography with a telephoto lens. Blocking is a technique of including elements in the foreground of your composition, which can significantly enhance an image. It can establish a sense of depth, create contrast, or serve as a tool to frame or emphasize other elements in the photograph. Telephoto lenses and the blocking technique sort of go hand in hand because you have this, tighter field of view. It's a lot easier to pick and choose what you're incorporating in your composition. So I have all these different things right here in front of me. I can use it to compose across the street. You see, I'm shooting at it like f/18 right now. That's giving me a lot of detail in the composition. So rather than having just this giant blue blob in my composition, I'm getting some extra texture. The hoods of cars actually make really great foreground elements because you have the reflection. Paired with the Chinatown colors, you can probably get something interesting. Actually, there's a guy having a smoke break there. Saul Leiter, a pioneer in street photography and known for his use of longer focal lengths, was a master at this technique. And honestly, it was his work and his use of this technique that inspired it in my own work as well. He used all sorts of elements in his environment and incorporated it in his compositions, from shooting through bus windows, using storefront shades, patterns from window reflections, to even people themselves. The layers he's able to create through blocking creates this feeling of depth. He just had this magical way of making things just feel so much more interesting. And a large part of that is how he composed. You can see how using a telephoto lens really suited his style and technique. This isn't the only way to use a telephoto lens by any means, but it goes to show that what might seem like a limitation in the amount of, field of view you have to work with is not so limiting after all, and it can actually be a really powerful compositional tool. Studying the great photographers of our past like Saul Leiter goes to show that, telephoto lenses have always been a really functional piece of equipment in photography for such a long time. And, that shouldn't be overlooked. We often hear in street photography that it's a very unpredictable thing, but oftentimes it's actually quite the opposite. What we do as people and how we act can actually be quite predictable. As a street photographer, that can be a really advantageous thing because you will start to observe patterns on the street and how people react to certain situations. Think for a moment that you're in a busy street market. A person goes up to the seller with their items in their hand, and in the moment you can predict that they're going to hand over some cash for the payment. The seller is about to grab the money out of the person's hand. Maybe you're walking down the street and you notice from afar some restaurant workers moving supplies in and out of the restaurant. The truck is still parked out front with the doors open. You can expect them to go back and get more supplies, allowing you time to frame up an interesting photo. Or maybe you just find yourself in a protest in Paris and it starts to rain. You can predict people are going to start to change their behavior, try to do whatever they can to get out of that rain. As you can see, there's a lot of things that we do that are pretty predictable, but it's a skill to be able to observe and notice those things while you're actually on the street. When we use a wide-angle lens in street photography, it's common for us to have a more reactionary process. What I mean by that is we might see something happen in front of us and we quickly react and take the photo. This really suits a wide-angle lens because you can be quick with your composition and get a photo closer than you could with a telephoto lens. This isn't to say you can't take your time and be predictive with how you shoot using a wide angle, but you can't really do this or shoot this way with a telephoto lens. You can't, just react quickly and take a photo of something with like an 85 millimeter. Your photos are gonna just end up looking like this more than half the time. So with a telephoto lens, we have to be so much more methodical, so much more patient and slower with how we shoot. And that's not a bad thing. We need to become really good observers and predictors of how people are going to act on the street. Obviously, this is something you're going to improve on through experience, but something you can actually incorporate practically right now is whenever you notice something that happens and passes by, you miss the opportunity, let's say, to take that photo. Don't just move on right away. See if that same thing could potentially happen again. I mentioned the restaurant workers moving supplies, and funny enough, the same situation happened again with another restaurant worker when I was in Madrid. I noticed this restaurant worker's reflection off in the distance, and I missed the opportunity to take the photo. But I moved a little closer and positioned myself in hopes to see that person walk by again so I could get that photo. And, that patience paid off. I was able to get the photograph I wanted to. Having that patience and that discipline to get that photograph you really want is ultimately going to give you great success using a telephoto lens. And honestly, I think this is something every photographer can benefit from, no matter the kind of lens that you're using. So I hope this video serves as a little inspiration, especially to those who are trying to get into using a telephoto lens in street photography. To be honest, I think telephoto lenses can sometimes be a little misunderstood among photographers, especially street photographers. I sometimes see there's like the stigma around telephoto lenses as being too simple, too easy, and something only beginner photographers use, which is a perspective I understand, but I don't think is quite fair, to be honest. It's just different, and that doesn't make it any less of a tool to use in your photography. So if you found this video helpful at all, please leave a comment, leave a like, and if you have your own tips and advice about using a telephoto lens in street photography, please by all means leave a comment. You never know who's reading and who might benefit from what you have to share. Thanks for tuning in today, and I will see you all in the next video.